Well, we're in Alnwick and we're staying in the White Swan.
And that is our bathroom.
How do you know?
Because we've got the blind there.
All right.
That is our bedroom window.
Okay, right.
And that.
And that one as well. We're staying in the Alnwick suite. This hotel here is decked out with the interior of some parts of the RMS Olympic, sister ship to the Titanic. When was it acquired? 1936.
It was launched apparently 1910, and was it 24 Atlantic voyages? And it was decommissioned 25 years later in 1935, as it was part of the oldest part of the fleet of the White Star Line after it had merged with Cunard, and it was left in Southampton Harbour for 6 months while they were thinking of what to do with it. Then it was taken to Jarrow for selling off whatever they could. It went through various owners as it was being scrapped, and it was bought by Algernon Smart, who made a pretty smart move, actually buying the dining room and revolving doors and staircase, first-class staircase. And one of the reasons why he knew to buy it, because they couldn't view the items directly, could only look in the catalogue, was because he had regularly sailed on this ship, so he knew exactly what he was buying. I don't know what he paid, but that's stunning.
Probably a lot.
Well, yeah, in today's terms, it'd probably been ninepence halfpenny in that money, but by now it was a lot of money. But certainly, I think it's good for business. I mean, that's why we've booked to stay, isn't it? We would not have stayed here, even though we got a bargain price, but we wouldn't have stopped here but for the dining room.
Now that we're in Alnwick, we're going to have a little look around the town and see what there is. It's very small. It dates back to something like AD 700, something like that. And it's also got the Alnwick Castle, which is home to the Percy family. And I believe it's closed because the current owners, which are the Percy family, are in residence at the moment, so we can't visit the castle.
They overwinter here before they go to sunnier climes. It's actually the Dukes of Northumberland through the centuries, the Percy family.
Yeah, so now we're just going to have a little wander around and see what there is.
Not a lot.
It's the right lot, but it's just a quick look around here. Tell you what there is though around in Alnwick.
Charity shops.
Yeah, there's a lot of charity shops, but there's an old pub, and it's I think it dates back to something like year 1600. 1600 and something. It was previously called Ye Old Inn or something. I've forgotten the name of it, but with a different name.
Yeah. It seems strange that you open a pub 300 years ago, and that name would be appropriate now, but when you first open it, why would you call it Ye Old? When you first open it, it should be Ye New, shouldn't it?
Anyway, it's now called the Dirty Bottles, and the reason for that is there's some dirty bottles in the window, and they're sealed behind two pieces of glass. So they've got one glass at the front, one glass at the back. So legend has it that 300 years ago, in the year 1725, the landlord of that pub, he was tidying up the bottles, and he suddenly had a heart attack and died. And his wife stated that anybody else touches these bottles are cursed and will suffer an ill fate.
Suffer the same fate because they were cursed.
Right, let's go. We're here now. Let's have a look at it. So I don't know if you can see them. It's very dusty. You can just see them there. Obviously, they've not been touched for 300 years. Look at them. I can't really see them so well. Just see my reflection.
The trouble is, they've not cleaned the bottles, but they've not cleaned the glass for 300 years either.
You just see them there. Just see them. I think that's about the best view I'm going to get. Here, look. That's the best view. And I've got your...
Oh, that's a good view.
I've got your reflection in it now.
I'll move.
So 300 years ago, 1725.
If I had to clean the house, I'd tell you that everything was cursed, and if I had to do any cleaning it, I'd drop down dead.
Do you know what?
Go on.
I could do with a microfiber cloth and a kind of pledge. There you go. There's a glass behind it as well. That white frame there is the glass the other side, so nobody can touch them.
Hey, I've had a great idea. You know, I've got to do cleaning at work.
Yeah.
Because I work in care, and the boss was chasing me to do more cleaning. I have to tell him everything's cursed, and I can't clean anything. Do you think that'd work?
It's close for refurbishment, isn't it?
Yeah, they've left the lights on there. So oh, this is now... Oh, it was originally called Ye Old Cross.
That's
there you go.
it.
Ye Old Cross.
The Ye Old Cross.
But why would you call it that when it was first... You know, it was 300 years ago, it was called Ye Old Cross. It should have been called Ye New Cross, really, shouldn't it?
I don't know. Oh yeah, they're doing
It's like when
lots
they
of
first
them.
opened Newmarket, it was called Newmarket. They should rename it now, Old Market.
Did you know originally the landlord that bought this, he saved it from becoming flats? They were going to become flats, all that lot.
How long ago?
I can't quite remember.
Quite recently. Oh, right, cool.
Apparently they're all going to become flats, so it saved it. But if you notice as well up here, I don't know what it means, but if you look there at the shield...
Ah, Crusaders.
Yeah, but it's upside down. Why would it be upside down?
Interesting. Anybody know? Let us know. We haven't got a clue. Should we go see Tottenham Hotspur over there?
Oh yeah, come on. So this statue here is dedicated to Harry Hotspur, Alnwick's famous knight and one of Shakespeare's best known characters in Henry IV, Part 2. Okay, so Henry Percy was born on 20th of May 1364 at Alnwick Castle, and he was the eldest son of Henry Percy, the first Earl of Northumberland, and Margaret Neville. His grandmother, Mary Plantagenet, was the granddaughter of the ruthless King Edward III. So, what do we know about him?
He was taught to fight as soon as he could hold a sword at the age of 10. As a tribute to his speed on the battlefield and his readiness to attack, the Scots bestowed on him the name Hotspur. He sounds more like one of those guys in one of those comics you used to get, you know, the Beano, Harry Hotspur, footballer. Harry Hotspur.
So now we're walking up Potter Gate, and if you look at this giant gatehouse here, there might be some information up there.
It corresponds to the one at the other end that we drove through next to the White Swan,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Also, Alnwick. Well, the word Alnwick, it's Old English. Wick means settlement, and
Well, Aln, was it the River Aln?
River Aln, yeah, meaning bright or clear. So
But it's the river, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's effectively the settlement on the River
yeah,
Aln.
but it was frequently this town was frequently raided by the Scots, and as a result, it was granted permission and the right to create a wall. And these will be the gates.
Which they were allowed to crenellate, which means great.
It's them block things that you see on top of castles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crenellate.
Shooting point for send your arrows over.
Oh, I'm out of breath. I don't know why.
Because you're talking and walking.
I need to get fitter. But Potter Gate Tower. Here, look, James. Potter Gate Tower, erected on the site of one of the old town gates in 1768. So,
Are we going out? It could be Scots out here.
could be. So, imagine I mean, Northumberland was quite frequently raided by Scots because it's the north of England, isn't it?
Well, variously, this part would have been pretty well a border town, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
We're not far from Hadrian's Wall. Well, for centuries, Hadrian's Wall was marked the line between England and Scotland, didn't it?
There we go. So I wonder how many of these gates were. There's one this end, there's one other end. Will there be one?
I'd imagine there'll be 4.
Yeah, there'll be. It's
On the 4
walled,
corners.
so the town of Alnwick will have been walled, and have these gates. Interesting.
Interestingly, that's north, that's south. This is actually the west gate.
Right.
And the one down there that we've been through is the east gate. So you'd have thought generally you'd have had gates on the north and the south. Obviously on the north facing Scotland for tolls and taxes, and on the south similar.
Okay. Maybe there is.
So yeah, this is the west gate.
Is there no north and south?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Something that we need to find out then, isn't it?
Or not.
So, we've walked back down here. Have a little look at that.
Another down the bottom there's another water fountain, also with a trough for horses.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of these things all over the country though, don't we?
Yes, when public health was a private matter, and they're normally erected by benefactors to the town.
So we thought we'd nip for a beer. Quick one, just a quick one.
It's a toilet, need the toilet. We're going in the Hairy Lemon. Irish pub, the Spirit of Dublin.
Right, okay, go on then, off we go. All right. We'll have this and then get moving. Well, what refreshing.
Refreshing.
Indeed. Right, so
I'm as refreshed as a fart now. Why is that wobbling around all over the place? Have you had a few, love?
Right, so Alnwick is quite a small town. We think it's a great place that you can base yourself if you want to come and visit the surrounding areas.
You'd do a lot worse, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's really small. I mean, it's got the castle, which you can visit when the current owners aren't in residence. What we're going to do now is we're going to head on back to the hotel and
Have a cup of tea.
have a cup of tea. And maybe something to eat later on.
Yeah.
But
We're so tempted. We're going to go back, aren't we? Have Sunday
Yeah.
dinner there. £9.95.
you're going to go back to that. What's it
it's gotta
called?
be
The
done.
Hairy Lemon. We're going to go back there tonight for something to eat. So I think tomorrow what we're going to do is probably going to head on to Alnwick, but that will be for another video. So,
But also with these things, you know, it's like, well, we normally do van life, but we thought we'd treat ourselves to a hotel stay because of this Titanic association. But what a fantastic thing we've done. It's so cool. And normally we move on each day, but this is like being centre based works as well, for those who don't want to travel every day and do the mileage like we do and don't want to sleep in a van. This is a fantastic option.
great.
Oh, what we got here? Mind. Oh, charity shop. Oh,
great
charity shop.
charity shop finds here. Come
Ooh,
on, we haven't got
ooh,
room.
ooh. You nearly bought a dress in, what's it called?
Cancer research.
But it didn't look quite right.
No. Anyway, so
I never saw.
let's get back to the hotel.
Welcome to the Annex Suite.
Welcome to the crib. Look at this, fantastic. You want to shut the door? So we've got this.
Bed knobs and broomsticks. So.
I made that bed, you're going to ruffle it up.
Oh well. So here we are in the Annex Suite, free room upgrade because I asked for it. We booked direct, so as the hotel got the money instead of booking.com getting the money, and I asked in return if we could get a free upgrade, and they said they would if they could, and they could. So
and we did.
We did. So it's a stunning room and a stunning hotel and a stunning dining room.
Well, it's quite a nice room.
It's a lovely room.
Just quick look at bathroom. It's not that really. It's all right. It'll do. It's nothing absolutely amazing, but it's basic. It's clean. It'll suffice. But there we go.
Get this, 60 quid a night, apart from Saturday night, which had a £10 premium. So 70, 60, 60. 3 nights, 190 quid with breakfast.
Do you know what?
Go on.
You know what I proposed to bed? It was originally for? It would have had a canopy.
Well, this wouldn't, but
traditionally,
yes.
I don't think this is a traditional one. I think it's like it's nice, but I think it's just a repro one in it.
Of course.
But it would have had a canopy. And in the olden days, it was meant to stop all bugs falling from thatched ceiling, wasn't it?
Well, there wasn't a thatch. There wasn't a ceiling. There was just a thatch.
Yeah.
And the smoke would curl its way up and go out through the thatch. And there'd be insects and bugs all inside the thatch. There'd be cats and dogs who would crawl up into there as well because it's the warmest place in the whole place. And if it absolutely if it absolutely whizzed it down with rain, it would get slippery up there. And the cats and dogs would actually slide out, so it would be literally raining cats and dogs.
Hence the term raining cats and dogs.
God, we're so knowledgeable, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut.
So we've just left that hotel where we were staying at, the White Swan Hotel, with the beautiful panelling from the Olympic, and we're on our way home, but we've come across this eerie place. It's not far, it's about what, 40-minute drive, something like that. It's called Winter's Gibbet, and it's a gallows. It's not the exact one because it's been rebuilt, and it's from 1791. So here is a replica on the site of the original gallows, where there would have been a gibbet hanging from that chain there, and in that gibbet would have been a man named William Winters.
Winters, which is why it's called Winters Gibbet. It isn't actually the time of year, it's the gentleman in question. And he murdered an old lady, old Margaret somebody or other.
Margaret Crozier.
Crozier, a very short distance from here, a stone's throw, so to speak. He murdered her and stolen some of her possessions.
She had a shop,
yeah,
selling drapery and other goods.
He was tried, well, he was put into the jail at Newcastle, then he was tried and executed along with two women who were associates of him, who claimed their innocence throughout, whereas he did finally confess. So really they were just caught up in it. And then he was hanged in Newcastle, and then he was brought here as a warning and I suppose retribution, the fact that he was in sight of the old lady's cottage. And just here, this stone here marks the highest point of the drove road from Scotland down to the English markets, and just down here was where they shod the cattle for them to go on metalled roads, and there's evidence of cattle shoes rather than horseshoes. I suppose they're horseshoes but on cattle, as they drove them to the English markets.
This is Saxon stone, isn't it?
It is a Saxon stone.
Actually a Saxon stone.
Yeah.
But there you go.
It was a good band, weren't they, Saxon?
Yeah. I've seen them a long time ago. But yeah, William Winter's body was hung there from a gibbet. He was already dead, but he was left to rot. And they say that the smell was that bad that even horses along this road here wouldn't go past because the smell was that bad. So there you go.
Sounds like me when I take my shoes off, isn't it?
Possibly. But there you go. That's just a quick little bonus.
Aside.
So the crime took place August 1791. The trial was held something like a year later, September.
They did trials once a year apparently. I don't know why that is.
Right. Okay.
So he was in the jail for quite some time, but he eventually confessed. But these two ladies, I think, were probably just associates and were caught up in the whole thing.
But what happened to their bodies?
Protesting their innocence.
What happened to their bodies? Their bodies was taken down. They were hung, but they were taken down for dissection.
Yeah, back in the day, grave robbers and all that. I suppose convenient bodies for a bit of dissection. Saves having to dig somebody up like they did regularly.
Right. That's it. We're on his way home. James, what are you doing? You can't go in here.
I know. They've locked us out. Look, they've locked us out.
Right, come on. Let us out. Let me see CTV.
What's going on?
Do you know where you're going? What's that mean?
There's just three windows.
Right. Okay. So we're staying.
Hey, think of the window tax we'll have to pay.
So we're staying in the wind. Staying in the wind. You're making me go wrong.
Why can't we go wrong by yourself without me helping?
Well, he's got spurs on his boots here.
Oh, it's hot.
You're silly.
The hot spurs.
No, they're for... Faster!
Faster?
It's supposed to go faster. Fast, because it's fast.
I'm going to fall over, Dizzy. You film the top, film this, but then zoom down onto here with the ice. In on top with the ice cube. Now say, look out, James, ice ahead. Film
Look out, James.
No, hold on, don't say it with a bit of... Look out, James. Come on.
Look out,
Zoom in
James.
top.
Look out, James. Ice ahead.
It'll be fine.
Don't look at me. Look at
Look
that.
up. Oh, we're sinking. Right, do it all in portrait now. You might be having tea, I'm having a beer.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Say goodbye, James.
Goodbye, James.